Follow my instructions. The Mondhula curse is one concern, but if anything goes wrong in your condition, you could die. Do you understand? I need you to hold steady. On 3, I'll lift you into Weisshund's back. She normally won't accept the indignity of playing the part of a horse, but this is dire. Now focus. We only have so much time. Save your questions for later. Now, 1, 2, 3. Are you steady? Good. Weisshund, folgen! Don't think about Irene or Johann. We can't turn back now. We need to keep going until we reach Sanctuary. I would prefer to bury them, but burials are a luxury for people who don't have a werewolf curse crawling its way under their skin. I don't bury them to hide their bodies. I bury them to mourn them. Though they were my enemies, they were once humans, like the humans I am sworn to defend. Mondhulers die twice. Once, when the life they could have had is destroyed by their curse, and again, when they close their eyes for the very last time. I do not mourn the monster. I mourn the human life that could have been. Not all monsters take the form of wolves, but monsters have a tendency to begin as human beings. It's important to remember that I too can become a monster. Normally I can tell the difference between natural wolves and monsters, but not tonight. Yes, there could be more. Don't show any fear. They can sense it from far away. We're reaching the lowest point of the valley soon. Once we're there, we lose any advantage of the high ground. We do the only thing we can do. Push forward. What's that, Schaefer? Yes, I am familiar with that prayer. I've heard many a dying man whisper it. Many a terrified soul recite it when faced with the sight of true evil for the first time. The Lord is my shepherd. I shall not want. And yea, though I walk through the valley of the shadow of death, I fear no evil, for thou art with me. Thine rod and staff will comfort me. I see the shadow of death in this valley, but I don't think God is here tonight. I don't think I want to put my faith in a rod or a staff. I have my rifle, and that is the one thing on this earth that has ever won my faith. How are you doing? Not being able to feel the cold could be a bad sign. Just stay focused. Keep listening to my voice. Whatever you do, don't close your eyes. It doesn't matter what we talk about. Just keep listening to my voice and stay awake no matter how hard it gets. De Schwert lasse rekken. You mean that fable I started telling you the day after we met? Very well. I believe when we left off, the knight Casper was met by a fairy, who told him that she'd answer his prayer for a second chance. Do you remember? Good. We'll continue where we left off. Casper cast down his sword, shield, and helm. The fairy queen said to him that so long as he had the courage to live without these things, he would have his second chance and be victorious. He thanked the fairy queen and returned to his kingdom. Along the way, he saw a band of routed comrades from his army. "Casper," they called, "we must run. The enemy is at our heels." But Casper did not run. When the enemy cavalry attacked, he held his ground. Their spears could not pierce his skin. Their arrows could not strike him. The enemy soldiers who looked into his eyes could not hold his gaze, and so they fled. Casper returned to his liege filled with newfound courage, eager to tell his king of his new blessing, with witnesses to testify that his blessing was true. "If your story is true," said the king, "then I shall send you as a captain in the next battle. Should you return victorious, I will grant you a manor and make you a lord." But the king's advisor, Duke Skald, heard this and sneered. Surely a swordless knight could never bring victory to any battle. You disgrace the king with your tales of magic blessings and fairies. Are you appreciating the voices I'm doing for the characters? All right, I'll continue the story. But Caspar did not back down before Duke Skald's sneering. He promised the king that he would bring victory in the next battle against the armies of the north. Did you hear that? I thought I heard a bell toll. I did say that a building used to be there, but it's been in ruins for at least 250 years. No roads leading to it are still in use. It's in the middle of nowhere now. Who could possibly... Weißhund, schnell! I'll finish telling you the story some other time. Something is at the top of that valley. But whatever it is, it's not the ruins. No, this can't be real. I've been here before. Those doors were rotted to nearly nothing. That bell had rusted away and fallen. And that candlelight... We're going in. It's our only hope. Hallo? Hallo? Ist jemand da? Kannst du mich hören? Who's there? Who's singing? Whoever's there, I'm here for sanctuary. I won't be here long, I promise. I need to care for my friend. She's hurt. No. No one is here. These must be the voices of the dead. You can hear them, but they can't hear you. I've heard stories of hunters hearing the dead speak when the Reaper is near. No, you won't be dying. Not while I have anything to say about it. Let me see your wounds. This will sting, but you've already endured the worst of the pain. There. The antidote is mildly toxic, even to humans, but it's better than becoming a wolf. You'll still have to rest and recover. The singing, it's gone. That must mean you're safe. Death is no longer near.
Es ist lange her, dass Reisende hierher kamen, um Zuflucht zu suchen.
Fass sie nicht an!
There is no need for that. Lower your musket.
I said not to come any closer to her.
That weapon won't do you any good, Baron.
My gunpowder is wet from the rain. That's the reason it won't fire. Weißhund! Töten! Weißhund? Weißhund! Beiß ihm in die Kehle! Weißhund?
Ah, what a kind hound. I remember you used to travel with one much like her the last time you were here.
I've never seen you before. And how do you know that name?
Baron?
Yes, Baron.
You have told me your name before.
Stop lying to me. You must have read the name engraved on my musket and thought that was my name. You're trying to trick me. I won't fall for your nonsense.
Oh, you're not Baron? You look so much like him.
No. Barend was the first owner of this musket. He died 53 years ago.
Oh, he died. And so long ago. That's a shame. I would have liked to have bid him a final farewell. But how would you know Bernd if he died so long ago? You can't be older than 35.
I never knew him personally. That said, I could ask you the same question, but I think I already know the answer.
Your voice is filled with anger and distrust. It is the voice of a man who has never known peace, nor rest, nor faith.
I don't have time for rest. I need to care for my friend.
It seems she has been tended to. What she needs now is rest.
May we rest here?
All of God's children are granted refuge here. I am Father Ernst, and this sanctuary is mine.
Very well. Schaefer, I'm going to take you somewhere safe.
Follow me. I have quarters here. Lay her down to rest. I find myself making little use of the beds. Sleep does not call for me often. At least not anymore.
And that's because you're dead. Do you not know you're dead?
Oh, I'm dead. How strange.
Ursula, rest here. I'll have Weishund guard you. I can't sleep now. The full moon is still out. I won't rest until it's safe. Don't worry, I'm used to it. Rest well. There's food and water in Weishund's saddlebag, when you have the strength to finally drink and eat. Sleep well. Don't worry about me.
Traveler? If you aren't Baron, who are you?
Der Wolfsjäger.
I asked your name, not your profession.
There's nothing more to me.
How curious.
What?
I heard you call your companion Schäfer. Is that her profession too? Der Jäger und die Schäferin. The hunter and the shepherd.
Her profession is private. What's so amusing?
Long ago, a hunter of wolves named Baron came here with a shepherd. When the wolves come, it is not the shepherd who guards the flock. It is the hunter.
You aren't leading me into a sermon, are you? I know your Bible calls God our shepherd. Are you going to tell me that God called upon me? Because I don't remember any verses telling of a righteous hunter.
I am merely observing.
Well, don't take this as a chance to preach to me. I just needed a roof and some shelter from the rain. I don't need a sermon.
Very well then. Do tell. Do you believe in God? Well?
No.
What do you believe in then?
I believe in my rifle.
Did your rifle save your companion, or was it something else?
Do you mean to say God? I was the one who saved her. I did. I pushed through the storm. I was the one who found shelter. I was the one who kept the wolves away. It was me.
Very well. And what do you feel when you use your rifle?
Focus. Purpose. Righteous fury.
Ah, I heard no fury in your voice when you held her. And though I don't mean to quarrel, I heard no focus. You were vulnerable, unsure of yourself, afraid for her life.
Get to the point.
Before I can explain, you must ask yourself something. What pushed you through that storm?
Certainly not God.
I believe it was love.
I'm not in love with her.
Is that true? Or do you only permit yourself to feel fury?
I told you I didn't want a sermon. I'm not looking for some sort of spiritual awakening, or some unraveling of my mind. I already have faith in my path. I don't need your wisdom.
Very well. So, Herr Jäger, how long have you traveled to find my sanctuary?
You mean from the very beginning?
I don't see why not. We have all night, after all.
I was born on the Baltic coast, in Stralsund, but I didn't stay there long. My father was a German soldier. My mother was a nurse, from Great Britain. They met when she tended to him as a prisoner in World War I.
World War One?
Never mind.
No, I want to hear more. Not about this World War, but about you.
During the war, my mother and father fell in love with each other. But shortly after the war, my father discovered a new love, the hunt.
He was a hunter too, of wolves.
Yes. She loved him so much that she vowed to follow him wherever he went. And he followed the hunt. He told me when I was a boy, "We are men of no nation. We belong to the hunt." I've lived in many nations. Germany, Czechoslovakia, Spain, and America. In fact, I spent a lot of time in America. I lived in Connecticut for 15 years.
Did you like it there?
I was there because the hunt called me there.
But did you like it there?
I did. I remember the way the leaves looked when they turned red and orange and fell to the ground. I liked those colors. They remind me of the sunrise. I remember listening to the breeze whistle through the leaves when the moon finally went away and the wolves stopped howling. I fell in love with a girl there once, when I was young. Her name was Molly. She didn't know what I was.
And did she love you?
She loved the man she imagined I was, behind the mystery.
Then who was the man she imagined?
He was kind. He was quiet, but honest. He loved her more than anything, and didn't fear the future, however uncertain it was. He made her problems feel small, because he made her feel strong enough to face them.
You and that man seem very alike.
I am not that man. Whatever future she imagined with him vanished when the hunt called. I had to go to Spain to complete my education.
University?
No. Vampire slayers were to train me.
Vampires?
Don't act so incredulous. You're a ghost.
Are you sure I am a ghost? I would think that if I were dead, God would have accepted me into heaven by now. No, I'm not a ghost. I couldn't be.
Your entire profession is based on believing in the unseen. There are things in this world that you don't even have the imagination to dream of in your nightmares.
I have seen the light of God. Have you?
No. But I have seen the devil. And he is a wolf.
Perhaps it is difficult to see the light when you are its source.
Me?
When you are the light, you see only the shadows you cast.
That sounds very nice, but I'm not inclined to believe it. What are you? What are you really?
A child of God, no different from you. You should rest too.
Wait, Where are you going?
I wish to wait outside and watch the sunrise. Your story made me remember how beautiful it is.
But I still had questions.
We all have questions. The answers will reveal themselves in time.
Schaefer, are you awake? I'm going to sleep too now. Don't worry about me. I've slept on rougher floors. You're cold? I can look for a warmer blanket if that helps. Oh. Ah. I see. I can do that. Do you feel warmer now? Don't hurt yourself holding on so tight. Your wounds haven't healed yet. I'll finish telling you that story someday. I promise. The ending is worth it. But I'm tired. And tomorrow, the hunt goes on. Maybe one day the hunt will end. Schaefer? Where did the bed go? The sanctuary is gone. What happened to it? It's in ruins, just like I remember it being. But last night... Do you not remember it? We need to continue the hunt. Weisshund! We need to continue through to the other side of the woods. Follow me northward. We can't return to Gernsbach. Not now. Even though they were wolves, we just killed 2 of their citizens. We'll finish any business we had in Gernsbach when the hunt is over. Johann told us that he learned about the Bestienkönig from a wolf in Depoldiswalde. Right. That's in Saxony. Across the border to East Germany. We're going to have to find a way there. No, we're not walking there. Back in Gernsbach, I made plans to meet with Agent Stefan Köhler for a mission update at a set location in Freilsheim. I'll let you take charge when it's time to cross the border. If we ever needed a spy on our side, it's going to be then. We'll need supplies before we go. What should we take? Right. Food and water, extra gasoline to make as few stops as possible. I suppose the less contact we have with East Germans, the better. Stefan should have a fresh set of clothing for us, but, of course, we should have more than one set of clean clothing that isn't ripped apart by wolf claws. May I suggest one more thing to add? Chocolate. Lots of chocolate. I don't know how long we'll be stuck in East Germany for, but they ration the ingredients so strictly there that it's nearly impossible to find chocolate there without smuggling it in. I don't know if I could find the will to go on without any chocolate. Very well. Freilsheim is near. Stefan will be waiting for us. Down there, at the taxi stand. He's dressed as a chauffeur. He'll be expecting a password. I find that a bit ridiculous considering the fact that he already knows us. I don't see how a spy could have taken our place, but rules are rules. Guten Tag. Die Eule fliegt lautlos. Vom Wolf nicht gesehen.
Sehr gut. Steig in mein Auto. Ich fahr dich. Es gibt Platz für einen Hund. There, now that no one is listening, we're free to speak English. There's a fresh set of clothing in the backseat of the auto for each of you. In the glove compartment, you find the new fabricated passports with a few details changed, should you need to change identities again.
So, my new name is Cazador del Monte from Venezuela.
You also speak Spanish, correct? We thought it best to provide a backup identity not associated with any NATO-aligned country, should you encounter East German spies.
Good. We may need them.
Agent Schäfer, what is the progress on your mission? You actually found a wolf? A werewolf? Two werewolves? Noted. And their identities were John Schröder of Gernsbach and one Dutch citizen named Irene Schmidt. Johann Schröder was the name of the man that Uwe Schmidt shot and supposedly killed, am I correct?
Yes. Johann Schröder is dead, but he was killed by me. Uwe Schmidt is innocent. In the woods north of Gernsbach, you'll find the bodies of two abnormal wolves. You should send someone to recover their bodies, but keep their deaths and their true nature a secret.
Very well. Was John that monster that massacred the convoy at Czechoslovakia?
No, but we do have a lead and a destination. I believe a powerful wolf of a very different nature was behind that. His human identity is unknown, but he is known to the wolves as der Bestienkönig.
Der Bestienkönig. And where do you expect to find this Bestienkönig?
Die Poldiswalde, in Saxony. We're requesting authorization to cross the inner German border to East Germany.
I'll grant you permission, but unfortunately I am not currently equipped nor authorized to smuggle you across the border myself. I can take you as far as Leipzig, and no further.
Can you help us in any other way?
Among your new supplies you find a checkbook. We authorized up to 2,000 marks in discretionary expenses for your mission. Use it to procure supplies.
Very well. We'll contact you on the other side of the border for a rendezvous.
If you contact us from a line you suspect may be monitored, your new code phrase is "the falcon returns to its flock." Oh, and Jäger, I have one more thing for you.
Oh? What's this?
Chocolate. I read through your dossier. It said that you always keep chocolate with you to help you tell humans apart from wolves.
Ah, that. That was a little fib. I had to give the BND an excuse for why I was spending money from the discretionary fund on sweets. I've never even tried offering chocolate to a wolf before.
Really? So you just like chocolate then?
I do. And I'll still be taking that chocolate bar.
Alright, I'll classify this information.
So, to Leipzig?
To Leipzig. You can give me the rest of your mission updates on the way. This auto lot belongs to the BND. Choose a vehicle for the next part of the mission here. We have fabricated license and registration information for each one. They should blend in across the East German border.
Schäfer, which car do you prefer?
It looks like she got her eyes on this one. Good choice. If you want something with space for the Hound, you might want the Volkswagen too. Have you ever driven a bully before?
I prefer not to drive, but I think Schäfer can manage it. That's one big ride. One question. Does it come in black?
You're in luck, it does. The keys are right here. Schäfer, take the keys. We'll be awaiting an update from you. And Jäger, stay safe. Agent durch den Wald may not believe you're facing real danger, but I do. Goodbye for now. Safe travels.
Well, are you ready to go? Weisshund seems to like it. Let's see how it handles. Oh, one last thing. I had better check if the radio works. I think our adventure deserves a score, don't you? Then let's drive.
It's fun, wie das macht Spaß, oh ja. S-Bahn ist Verlass. Ob du früh um 5 Uhr abfährst, ob am Tag, ob in der Nacht erst. Eine Schnellbahnfahrt, die macht erst deinen Blick für unsere Hauptstadt klar. S-Bahn fahren, lohnt sich, das ist wahr.